Hi there, welcome to today's YouTube video. I am Professor Alex, and I'm here to talk to you today about the issue of car accidents and bankruptcies because there's a couple of angles you gotta be aware of. So, the first thing is, can you discharge a car accident in bankruptcy? The answer is yes, and a lot of times that's the reason why bankruptcy is filed because the insurance was not enough to cover the expenses. And so, what ends up happening is if your policy is $10,000 and you owe 30,000, that $20,000 difference you're gonna get sued on, and if you don't pay, you suspend your license. Suspend your license, you're gonna get caught driving without a license, and now you got bigger problems on top of your hands. So you can wipe out that debt with bankruptcy. Now, the other problem is what if you were crashed into and you're filing for bankruptcy? This is where things change from state to state. So as you can see here, I put exemptions vary. You first have to figure out some states just allow 100%, any car accident proceeds, you can keep them. Other states have a limit. And then there's other states like Florida that just say that's an asset and it's either protected or not protected compared to the bankruptcy estate. Remember, the bankruptcy estate is all of your assets. So whatever that is, your watch, your cars, everything. And then what the exemptions are, the amount that's protected. So exemptions equals protection. So if that's the case, then you're good. But if you have non-exempt property because of this accident, let's say everything was fine, now the accident puts an extra 10,000 in your pocket, then you're going to have a problem when you file bankruptcy, at least in Florida. So you got to make sure you look up the exemptions or tell your bankruptcy lawyer what are the exemptions in your state regarding a car accident. Because if not, it's possible that all those proceeds belong to the bankruptcy estate, and you're not going to get anything. You're not going to get anything from that. Now, what happens if the accident was actually, prior to you filing for bankruptcy? Well, it doesn't really matter. The case is still pending. Let's say you finished treatments a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and your lawyer's close to settling, but you file for bankruptcy. The trustee is going to have an interest in that. Why? Because you have an interest in it. So that interest just carries over. So you got to be careful rushing into bankruptcy if you have one of these car accident, PI, personal injury lawsuits pending, because it's very possible the trustee takes it and you've been waiting for years to collect your money. And now here comes, Mr. and Mrs. Trustee, and they just take everything from you overnight. It's not fair. So that's why you have to make sure that um, when you can file. You might end up having to file Chapter 13 to protect those assets. You may avoid bankruptcy altogether, just use the settlement funds to pay off your creditors. So you have to figure that out because that's the important part. Now, what happens if you have an accident after you filed for bankruptcy? Same thing. The trustee is going to have an interest in that accident. That's going to be part of it. There's a reason why when you go to court, they ask if you're a beneficiary of the life insurance policy. Most of us are. They're not concerned about that. They want to know if Uncle Fred is on his deathbed and you're about to receive an inheritance or part of a life insurance policy, because for the next 6 months, they would be entitled to any changes basically during that time period that you file for bankruptcy. So here's the easiest way. You file for bankruptcy on Tuesday, 2 months later, you win the lotto. Technically, that money belongs to the bankruptcy estate. Granted, you're going to have a lot of money left over. You just pay your bills at that point. But the bankruptcy estate does last 6 months. So keep that in mind. It's going to be the same thing when it comes to car accidents and everything else. All right. I hope that answers your questions regarding car accidents on both sides, whether it's you were crashed into or you were involved in a crash. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them and I'll reply to you. Students, paralegal students that are using my textbook in your courses, likewise, feel free to comment. Join the YouTube family here. We're all one big family here. We all have the same goals, right? We're here on our debt-free journey and our path to financial freedom. So feel free to post any comments you have as well. You probably come across some of those issues in the textbook. But this is not just for paralegal students. All of you, same thing. Questions or comments, feel free to jump in, chime in, let me know what you think. Of course, if you like my video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm getting proud of myself. That's something I didn't say for like the first cajillion videos, and now I'm saying it regularly. So it's the little things that make you happy, right? So take care, everyone. I got more videos I'll be posting over the next few days. So take care, and I will see you at the next video.